Hey, Patreon. 17 May, Monday. Hope everyone is doing well out there in these unprecedented times that we are living in. Um, more than ever, we need to be vocal. Talk to family, friends, neighbors, coworkers. The time, again, guys, I understand. If you're in a position, uh, you know, you get, do what's best for you, but it's now or never, if you haven't noticed what's been happening. So about 7 months ago, I made a video pertaining to Mexico, and uh, I gave a prediction. Actually, it might have been. Time flies when you're having fun. Um, I think it was pre COVID. Anyway, in that video, I made a prediction, and I said within 5 years, my prediction would be U.S. would have to intervene, meaning counterinsurgency. Think about that one. U.S. military on the ground in Mexico. Mexico is ran by cartels, folks. The entire country is ran by cartels. Just like they select their president. So you may hear he's a conservative, but they're all dirty. They're all dirty. They're all selected. Again, I made a video about this before. I have some new information with numbers, and right before going live for myself with this video, also, the former acting ICE director called broken arrow at the border. That's a term when you're being overran by the uh, in military enemy. Let that sink in for a second. Acting ICE director admits Biden admin has limited ability to track illegal immigrants released in the states. In a Thursday appearance before the House committee, Johnson added Rep. Ashley Heinzen from Iowa that there are some gaps, in quotes. The government's ability to track release illegals, adding for additional individuals that were individuals that are just released with a notification to report to ICE or show up to court. Um, Guys, that's an issue. That always has been an issue in America. But once you hear these numbers, it's right now it's 8 to 12 months plus. In some circumstances, years. And we could only the way the law is, we America could only hold you for approximately 3 days. So for 3 days, and then come back in 12 months, no problem. Uh, so Ashley Heinzen, acting made a statement saying acting ICE Administrator Johnson just admitted that ICE is not tracking illegal immigrants once they're in the U.S. and that ICE has no idea how many illegal immigrants are currently in Iowa. We're planning to go to Iowa once released from the federal custody at the border. Unacceptable. Also, guys, they're receiving cash money, $2,500 of cash. And also, I don't know about you, but when I fly on a plane, well, when I used to fly, I don't know anymore with the jab, um, papers. Guys, to buy alcohol, to buy tobacco, to drive a vehicle, you need ID, folks. You need identification. You can't have a job in America legally without identification. You have to pay taxes. So this whole no ID with minority stuff, it's bogus. I I'm half white. I grew up in the hood. Now I live in the suburbs. Um, Guys, they all have IDs. They all have IDs. So don't listen to the mainstream. Period. And also, they're bypassing the TSA guys. You watching, you can't get on an airplane without showing without touching your ankles and coughing a few times. But they're bypassing. They don't know who these people are. and they're putting them on our aircraft and sending them all again, not just to the major cities, not just in Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa, all over the country, New Jersey. It's just crazy times that we're living. But some of the numbers, uh, also, CCP, they bought 130-acre green energy in Texas next to the largest Air Force training base. Let that one sink in for a second. The alleged culprits behind this flu and everything with the tension with China and America, our relations right now. Why would they let this happen? I don't care how much money they spent. Next to the largest training base? "54 U.S. scientists lose jobs as NIH reveals secret ties to foreign countries." People are getting popped left and right, guys. Again, money, money, money. Mexico has the largest lithium deposit in the world. The estimated numbers are 243.8 million tons. Canada, they went down there. They were chased out by China. Again, our neighbors, if you're in America, Canada went down there and got chased out by China. So not only is China buying up land in the States, but they're right next to our military base. The latest numbers, these statistics, 5 April from the New York Times, says March 2021, over 170,000 illegal immigrants crossed the border, the largest single number in over a decade. Note, for every person caught, think about what goes over the wall. Again, if you're a criminal, shots fired at 123 Main Street. Over here, the crimes, this happens all the time. It's a diversion. But these are official numbers from that anyone could look up. So these numbers, my opinion, obviously, very, very conservative. Very, very conservative. And it's not just about a person being illegal here, guys. I want you to understand, this is my biggest concern. Back in 1991, it changed the way police did business here in America forever. It was the 91. I was a little kid. The 91 bank robbery. They made movies, documentaries about it. 2 men with fully automatic AK-47s with full body gear. Guys, meanwhile, back in 91, they were carrying around, 38s. So that changed policing forever. Policemen, they always had shotguns. A lot of people, I saw people saying that, forget that, but police, yeah, they've always had shotguns. But what it did change, now they have long guns. This is my prediction, folks. I gave you one a while back. I'm giving you another one. The cartel, again, when I say cartel, it's just like saying in the States, a drug dealer. There's Bloods, Crips, MS-13, etc., etc. My prediction is within the not so far future, we will see a major event that will change the United States policies and policing forever, just like what took place in 1991. How do I know this and everything? From having friends at the border and research, and not just research, but I've been studying the whole Mexico issue for a very, very long time. not just new, but from Fast and Furious under Obozo. Um, just let that one sink in for a second, and it's going to be the psychology of that as well. So if you live in the suburbs, but if you see this on the news, something that's never happened before, a lot of shit happens, folks, on a daily basis here in America. But again, my prediction in the very not too far future, there will be a 1991 style event in our history with these cartels on American soil that will change policy and policing forever. It could be LA, New York, New Jersey, Iowa, Oklahoma, Chicago. Again, I don't know where, but just one man's prediction. Latest numbers. This is directly from the New York Times, guys, from 5th April. March 2021, over 170,000 illegal immigrants crossed the border. I don't know if I said that one yet. I believe I did. In over a decade, but we're going to succeed that, according to the professionals. Customs Border Protection, CBP, projects 184 migrant children will cross the border in the fiscal year of 2021. 184,000 people, or excuse me, 184,000 children without parents. Guys, sex trafficking is at an all-time high. All-time high. If you're good looking, making your journey from Guatemala, Honduras, etc., you will be used. You will pay your dues to make it to America. So when I see the children on television, guys, I don't care what color you are, where you're from, as long as you're not yelling a lot snack bar at me. I mean, kids are kids, right? At one time we were all kids, but you can't just go with your heart. We have a rule of law. Again, just going back to what I said earlier, I believe I said what's happening with our police. Take Minneapolis, for example. You're not allowed to do police chases. There are exceptions, but they have to be very, very severe. Like shots fired at a cop or something. Very, very severe. But if a person has a warrant, you can't chase that vehicle. This is happening all over, not just in Minneapolis, in all the major cities. Fentanyl is coming in. There's new technology with drones, UAVs. Like, nothing I do is fear porn. This is so you're up to date with what's happening, and so you guys are prepared. Thus far this year, 19,000 children entered, and again, these numbers are just from March. Just from March. That's an all-time high. All-time high. Sex, again, guys, sex trafficking and all that stuff that you won't hear, not even on Tucker. You won't hear that on Tucker. You won't hear that on I Love Dan. You won't hear that on Dan Magino. You won't hear that on talk radio. There are people like-minded who have channels that will speak about this, but I mean, interesting times. All right, I don't want this video to be over 15 minutes, but this will be part 1. Appreciate your support, guys, more than ever, obviously, more than ever. Not just with the crackdowns, but tough times. Be safe, stay vigilant, watch your 6.